I have some nice tea for our read aloud today. Okay, we've read chapter 1 yesterday, and we'll start with chapter 2. We'll read chapter 2 and 3 today. In chapter 1, to sum it up, we learned that Roxy and Harris really love baseball. They've been playing since they were little, and they invited Zeke to try it out. Okay, so chapter 2 is called Zeke at Bat. "It's pretty simple, Zeke," Harris said. "I'll hold up my glove. You try to throw the ball into it." Zeke stood across the yard from Harris. He threw the ball. It sailed over Harris's head and landed in a neighbor's yard. "Good try," Roxy said, trotting over to the ball. "Now try catching." She tossed the ball softly over to Zeke. He stuck his glove out too late, and the ball bounced past him. He ran after it and picked it up. "Now throw it to me," said Roxy, holding up her glove. Zeke unleashed another throw. This one landed across the street. "I don't know if I can do this," he said sadly. All it takes is practice," Harris said. "Let's keep trying." Zeke's next few throws went onto the roof of a house, bounced off a tree, and splashed into a neighbor's swimming pool. "Practice, huh?" Zeke said, fishing a wet ball out of the pool. "Practice," Harris replied, smiling. They walked back over to the yard. Zeke took a deep breath, reared back, and fired a ball right into Harris's mitt. "That's it!" Roxy cried. "Now you're getting it!" Zeke's next throw flew perfectly into Roxy's glove. "You see," she said, "you're picking this up really fast." Ooh, check this out, though. But Harris wasn't so sure. Zeke may be an alien, but no one could improve that fast. Zeke might be using his powers to control the movement of the ball, he thought. In a game, something like that would be cheating. That makes me think something that we can jot down about Harris is that he goes by the rules. He follows the rules, and he doesn't like people who cheat. "Let's try batting next," Harris said, hoping he was wrong about Zeke using his powers. He crouched down into a catcher's position. So it looks like this is the position Harris plays. There's a pitcher, and they pitch the ball to the catcher, and then there's a batter who tries to hit the ball. Zeke picked up Roxy's new bat and took a couple of practice swings. Then Roxy threw a pitch. Zeke swung early, and it didn't come close to hitting the ball. It landed in Harris's mitt. Okay, so I'm trying to picture this. So Roxy's throwing the ball towards Zeke. Oh, and Zeke swings this bat too soon. He did it too fast. Okay. "Follow the ball in, Zeke," Roxy said. "Then time your swing." Okay, let's think about what that means too. Follow the ball in. Oh, that must mean follow it with your eyes. Keep your eye on the ball as it's coming towards you. Then time your swing, and then swing it right when the ball is next to you. Roxy threw another pitch. This time Zeke swung too late. Harris could see the frustration on Zeke's face. Zeke swung at Roxy's next pitch and smacked it high into the air. It flew over the roof and into the next yard. "Wow!" Roxy cried. "Nice one! I want to see where that landed." She ran off in search of the ball. "Hey, I know what you're doing, Zeke," Harris said when the two boys were alone. "You're using your powers, aren't you?" "What's wrong with that?" Zeke asked. "It's a shortcut, and it's cheating," said Harris. "It's not fair to the other players. You need to improve your skills through practice." "I don't understand," Zeke said, "but I'll try." Roxy returned with the ball. "You must have hit that 200 feet, she said. "Let's keep practicing," said Harris, glancing over at Zeke. "Yes, practice," said Zeke. Okay, we are on chapter 3. Okay, chapter 3 is called tryouts. So tryouts can happen at any sport when you're trying to make the team. You're trying to make the team. And in the end of your tryouts, you show all your skills, and in the end, the coach will decide if you made the team or not. So let's see if Roxy, Harris, and Zeke make the team. On the day of the tryouts, Harris, Roxy, and Zeke arrived at the field, gloves in hand. Harris wanted to play catcher, and I want to play shortstop, Roxy said. Shortstop is a position in the outfield that catches the ball after somebody hits it. Have you decided on a position, Zeke? Since we first played, I've been watching a lot of baseball on TV, Zeke said. I would like to be a pitcher. Great, said Harris. I hope we all make the team. Roxy trotted out to short. That's she trotted out to the shortstop position. Zeke stood on the pitcher's mound, and Harris crouched behind home plate, ready to catch Zeke's pitches. Do you think Zeke is going to use his powers during the tryouts? I wonder how. Okay, so if Zeke does use his powers during the tryouts, I wonder what Harris is going to do. How is Harris going to respond to that? Because we know Harris is a character who doesn't really believe in cheating. Okay, let's see. The first batter stepped into the batter's box. She raised a bat above her shoulders and stared out at Zeke. Behind the plate, Harris held up his glove. Zeke threw his first pitch. It sailed over the batter's head and crashed into a wooden backstop. Just focus on my glove, Zeke, Harris shouted. Zeke's next pitch bounced in the dirt in front of home plate. Harris slid to his right and made a great play to grab the ball before it went past him. Harris looked out and saw the frustration on Zeke's face. It's okay, you'll get the next one over, Zeke, he shouted, pounding his mitt a few times with his fist. My pages are stuck together. Okay, here we go. Zeke stared at Harris, then threw his next pitch, a big curveball that started way outside, then swept in a huge arc back over the plate. Everyone gasped. It was a perfect pitch. Wow. Okay, and when it says curveball, that's the pitcher's throwing the ball and is throwing it so good that you actually move your hand when you throw it, and then the ball curves a little, and that's why it's called a curveball. Zeke's pitch after that did the same thing, but curved in the opposite direction this time. Then he threw a speeding bullet of a fastball that was also a perfect strike. It means he's doing a really good job as a pitcher. Harris sighed beneath his catcher's mask. He's using his powers again, he thought. He has to be. The next batter hit the ground ball to shortstop. Roxy scooped up the ball and made the perfect throw to first base to get the runner out. Now at bat, Harris smacked a solid hit to left field. Roxy hit a screamer to right field. That just means they both hit really, really good. Really well, I should say. Then Zeke's turn at bat came. He stepped in to bat left-handed. Zeke swung wildly and missed the first two pitches. Isn't he a righty? The kid asked. That's strange, Harris thought. The pitcher laughed, and Zeke looked embarrassed. So when you're playing baseball, sometimes when you're doing some other sports, if you bat towards your right, it's you bat this way, and you're called a righty. But then if you have to hold the bat like this, you'd be called a lefty. So it sounds like Zeke didn't know what he was doing, so he was the opposite of what people thought. And he's feeling embarrassed right now. Remember, Zeke, keep your eye on the ball all the way in, Harris shouted. Zeke stared out at the pitcher and gripped the bat tightly. On the next pitch, He used his powers to bring the ball right to the bat. Crack! Zeke's swing sent the ball flying high and deep. It sailed over the outfield fence for the only home run of the day. Oh my gosh, when you get a home run, you've hit it over the fence and you get to go around all the bases at once. Wow, way to hit, Zeke, Roxy shouted. Everyone on the field cheered as Zeke rounded the bases and crossed home plate. Everyone except Harris. The tryouts ended and the coach read out the names of the players who had made the team. Harris, Roxy, and Zeke all made it. All right, we're going to be on the team together, Roxy shouted. Oh, she said it like this. All right, we're going to be on the team together, Roxy shouted, patting Harris and Zeke on the back. As the three walked off the field, Harris whispered to Zeke, "We have to talk." And then chapter 4, which we'll read tomorrow, is called Cheater. So we're already learning a lot, especially about Zeke and Harris. But what I'm thinking about Harris is he's going to confront Zeke again. He's going to be like, "You can't cheat." And I wonder what Harris is going to do next. And I wonder what that means for Zeke and Harris's friendship. I wonder if Zeke will stop cheating. Oh my gosh, but does then that mean he'll be playing badly for his team? So many things, so many questions I have. We'll read chapter 4 tomorrow.